I have faith in like humanity
I don't.
at all.
I do and I don't, because we're animals. We're literally complicated apes. To think that we
But we survived this long.
Exactly, but I'm saying,
and like some parts of the world are really good
because we're animals that conquer and dominate, and we're violent as
like
fuck.
2020 feels like pretty dark, but like I think that it'll be kind of one of those like 9/11 situations where everyone comes out on the other side being like super grateful and like the USA right now is like in weird like not turmoil, but it's in a weird situation.
I'm talking on a bigger scale. I'm talking like century scale. Like if you look at just over the past 100 years, humans, we're we're horrible, disgusting. We're literally ruining the fucking planet we live on. Like, come on. Like, humans suck. Like,
okay, but
we're the most advanced of the worst fucking thing ever.
But
like,
I think
we're literally a germ on this fucking planet.
But I think that the Gen Z that's coming up has a totally different outlook than the current generation.
But they still have biology. You cannot deny biology.
Agreed. But I do think that it's a pendulum, bro. Everything's a fucking pendulum. When things swing one way, they always end up swinging back a crazier other way.
Over evolution, over the span of millions of years, yes, but not over the span of hundreds of years.
Yes, or it does, dude.
Even decades.
When my dad was born, black people were still segregated.
Bro, you got to zoom out further, bro. You're not zoomed out far enough. You have to zoom out. We're talking evolutionary biology, something that has been hardwired and built and developed into everything over millions and millions and millions and millions of years.
Yes, even but nurture does have a crazy experience too. Like nothing is 100% nature, bro.
But it can't change much, dude. We're still procreating conquerors.
Dude, like the kids of today are significantly different than the kids that were 30 years ago.
Dude, you are not wrong, but on this grand scale of things, it is 0.000000001%.
I would disagree. A 13-year-old today versus a 13-year-old 30 years ago is vastly different.
I agree. We're advancing, but biology does not advance like that. Like, biology does not advance. Biology is gonna be biology, and it will remain biology until, through natural selection, it evolves over millions like you said, of years.
We are designed to be like conquerors and all that stuff. Like, yes, but you can also nurture empathy, and that's the reason why you don't. That's why you conquer your monkey mind. That's why you conquer your reptile brain. That's why I'm not going outside and seeing an attractive girl and raping her, because I have empathy and I know that she is also a human and I'm not going to do that.
But that's something that's been made over millions of years.
But my reptile brain is like, ooh, hot girl must fuck, you know, like, but
and that's hundreds of millions of years.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. But I can quell that through nurture, through society, through learning, through empathy, through talking, through conversations. And that's where I think that, for example, Gen Z is seeing how bad the world is getting fucked up and are making strides that even the current generation is not going to make.
And that's what happens with every generation. Generation one is incredibly conservative, and then the previous generation sees all the problems with conservatism and goes incredibly liberal. Then their children looks at all the problems from a very liberal society and liberal culture and then goes more conservative. And it just flip-flops back and forth. It's something. It's biology. You can't deny biology. Like if you just like you could literally research and talk to any evolutionary biologist, like scientists, like doctorate, like PhD, and they'll laugh in your fucking face and be like, "You really think something's changed over the last 100 years? Nice. Maybe over the last 100 million years, maybe. Like, you got to think about it on a timeline. Like, the existence of humans, if you were to look at a clock.
I guess I don't know what I'm really...
The clock had 24 hours on it. Humans have existed only in the last second of a 24-hour day that is the existence of the Earth.
If we didn't exist, though, then like, does that history, like, matter when we're talking about humans then?
I'm just saying... The change that you see is on such a microscopic scale.
But anything when you zoom out or zoom in is different.
But you can't deny biology.
Like I could be like, I'm actually not touching you because atoms aren't even touching each other. Like that. Once you zoom out or zoom in, everything loses context. I'm talking about society right now. Like I don't even remember where we were.
We're talking about just human relationships and human evolution and nature and nurture. And I agree, nature and nurture is a thing. But like you were saying, like I believe in humanity. I want to believe in humanity, but you can't. Like that's ignorant.
Why not though?
That's ignorant to believe like that everyone's got good intentions because everyone's out for themselves.
No, I don't believe that everyone has good intentions. But here's the thing: is I do think that there's the reasons why people have bad intentions is not 100%. well, it is related to their biology, but through education and through like you were talking about, like wealth inequality and things like that, I think that people can learn. Like, there's a reason why me and you are not fucking terrible people.
Facts.
Why? Like,
but I'm still out for myself, and you should be too. Everyone should be.
Yes, of course. Everyone looks out for number one, of course. Like, you should always wish the best for yourself. Like, that's very healthy. But in a like a libertarianism view, it's like, I'm going to do everything in my power to live my life exactly how I want it, as long as it's not making anyone else's life
Not infringing on anybody else.
worse.
Yeah.
Like, I should be able to do whatever I want, as long as it doesn't affect how much you can do whatever you want. Like, I couldn't, murder you because that's going to take away your rights. I couldn't just go up to you and hold you at gunpoint and steal your land because that's not cool.
Yeah.
But like, there are things that I think on a basic level, if there was more equality, then yeah, I think like a rising tide lifts all ships sort of thing. Like, I think if everyone can get to a certain base level of like, their needs being met and things like that, like, I think that the world would be a better place. Obviously, there's people that are always going to be messed up. And like I was thinking about it earlier, homelessness is like a really big problem.
Huge.
But like, I think about it in a certain standpoint, there's a lot of reasons why those people are in positions that had nothing to do with like things that they did. It was just like a series of unfortunate events that led them there. And then there are other people that definitely
A series of choices
they made led them there. And that is 100%
a
their
series
fault.
of choices that they still make.
Exactly.
Like I always get a kick out of it. Like, we'll save the homeless population by giving them apartments and giving them money. It's like, they weren't able to manage that before. What makes you think they're going to be able to manage it now?
You never know. The thing is access to affordable housing and things like that. Like, it shouldn't necessarily be free, but there should be ways that you can earn that. But I think having access to those types of things is very important, because as a like society, I guess we could say, access to very affordable housing just like isn't that lucrative. Because it's like, as a landlord, would I rather like charge a lot or a little? Like, I'd rather charge a lot. And if I'm a builder, I need to build
capitalism, baby.
Exactly, it's capitalism. But I think that's where capitalism like fails the people that, because the thing is,
it's not just capitalism, it's innovation too. Let's not forget that. There's this common theme. This is a total side note. I'm gonna make it super fast. In the spinal cord injury community, anytime someone comes out with a new invention that's really, really helpful and really, really expensive, everyone's first thought is like, oh, I can't believe they're making this so expensive and trying to rip off all these poor disabled people. And it's like, no, they're trying to develop this product. And the reason it costs $90,000 is because it cost them $90 million to develop, and they need to make that money back.
Exactly. And like, you can't get mad at people for charging what they want to charge. The thing is like, for example, we shouldn't be giving like what like tax breaks and things like that to like industries like the beef industry and stuff like that. There's a reason why you can go buy a McDonald's cheeseburger for $1, but you want to go buy something else that's not that's a higher quality, that's nicer, and it's going to be way more. It's not necessarily that beef is like so
government subsidies.
It's government subsidies. Like, the government is literally making the beef cheaper, artificially, basically. But anyways, the point being that if we were to, as a society, all agree, like, hey, it'd be great if a portion of our tax dollars went to creating like affordable housing so that people could like get back on their feet. Because like, ideally, if there was no homeless people, that would be better for society, right? Like, if there was people if everyone had a place to go and rest their head,
that is better for society. If there was no disenfranchised groups, if everyone got a fair shake,
and it's not necessarily giving them something they don't deserve.
If homeless people, if disabled people, if
the thing is we're spending
black people, whatever,
everyone spending millions of dollars in police to deal with homelessness, to kick them out of parks, to go, try to get them to literally try to like catch them doing crimes, to put them in jail. It's like, would you rather have them in jail where your tax dollars are paying for the jail? Or would you rather have them in a house where they could potentially become a better citizen and get back on their feet?
Totally.
And probably in the long run spend less money. But we can't wrap our minds around the idea of giving them something that they, quote unquote, didn't work for or didn't deserve. Hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full episode, you can click right here. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can click right here. If you want to watch more clips, we got 2 more right over here.